Hello everyone, Mrs. Greenslet here again for another math lesson. We're going to do multiply by 11 and 12. So get your book and we'll get started. Multiply by 11 and 12, Chapter 8, Lesson 8, pages 475 to 480. And you'll need your pencil and your multiplication chart. Here's what the top of the first page of the lesson should look like. Multiply by 11 and 12, Chapter 8, Lesson 8. Math in My World, Example 1, One Way. Example 1. There are 11 straws in a package. Helen bought 4 packages. How many straws does Helen have? Find 4 times 11. One way, use patterns. Study the pattern in the table. The product, which is the answer, of 11 and a single-digit factor has 2 digits. Each digit in the product is the same as the factor that is not 11. So when you have 4 times 11 here, your answer will be this digit 2 times, 44. We went over this in school. So 1 times 11, you have the digit 1 2 times. 2 times 11, you have the digit 2 2 times. 3 times 11, 33. You have the 3 2 times. It works the same way all the way to 9. 9 times 11, you have the 9 digit 2 times, 99. Math in My World, Example 1, Another Way. There are 11 straws in a package. Helen bought 4 packages. How many straws does Helen have? Find 4 times 11. Another way, use models. Model 4 rows of 11 counters. Draw your result. So you would have 1 row of 11, 2 rows of 11, 3 rows of 11, 4 rows of 11. Use repeated addition. 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11. And I would count this as, I'd count the 10s first. 10, 20, 30, 40. Then I'd count the 1s. 41, 42, 43, 44. The model shows 4 times 11 equals 44. Helen has 44 straws. Math in My World, Example 2, Parts 1 and 2. There are 12 inches in 1 foot. How many inches are there in 6 feet? Find 6 times 12 equals unknown, written as a number sentence. 6 times 12 equals unknown, written as a flashcard or vertically. Number 1, decompose 12 into addends of 10 plus 2. Use 2 different colored counters to make an array. Here you have 6 rows of 10 for your first array, and here you have 6 rows of 2 for your second array. Multiply each part. 6 times 10 we know is 60. 6 times 2 we know is 12. So you have 60 and 12. Math in My World, Example 2, Part 3. There are 12 inches in 1 foot. How many inches are in 6 feet? And you have it written 2 ways. So here, after you have found 60, these are the yellow ones, and 12, these are the red ones, you add 60 plus 12, and when you do, you will get 72. So 6 times 12 equals 72. There are 72 inches in 6 feet. Guided practice number 1. Write an addition sentence and a multiplication sentence for the number of counters in 7 rows of 11 counters. So here we have 7 spaces, so we're going to write 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 equals, and here you're going to write 7 times 11 equals 77. That's just taking this digit that's not 11 and writing it 2 times. Independent practice, numbers 2 and 3. Write an addition sentence and a multiplication sentence for each. 6 rows of 11 counters. So here we have 6 spaces, so we'll write 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 equals unknown. 6 times 11 equals, so this number 2 times, so 66. And all of these 11s, if you add them up, they equal 66. 4 rows of 12 counters, so you'll write 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 equals unknown. You'll write 4 times 12 equals unknown. So if we have 12 written here, we'll count the 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40. Now we'll go back and count the ones, 42, 44, 46, 48. So 4 times 12 equals 48. Independent practice, numbers 4 and 5. Write an addition sentence and a multiplication sentence for each. 3 rows of 11 counters. 11 plus 11 plus 11 equals unknown. 3 times 11 equals this digit twice, 33. If we count this, we'll count the 10s, 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33. 3 rows of 12 counters, we'll have 12 plus 12 plus 12 equals unknown. 3 times 12 equals unknown. We'll count the 10s first, 10, 20, 30. Then the ones, 32, 34, 36. So 3 times 12 equals 36. Independent practice, numbers 6 through 10. Draw a line to match each fact to its decomposed parts. Then find each product. Number 6, 11 times 3. Well, this is 5 times, 3 times, 9 times, 5 times, and 9. It has to match up to 3. 3 times 10 plus 3 times 1 would be 3 times 11. That matches there. And you write what you think that answer would be. 12 times 5. Well, this one has a 5. This one has a 9. 5, 9. It'll be one of the ones with a 5. 5 times 10 plus 5 times 2. Well, 10 plus 2 is 12, so it matches with this one. And you write what you think the answer should be. 12 times 9. So we'll look at the ones that have 9. 9 times 10 plus 9 times 1. Well, 10 plus 1 is only 11. 9 times 10 plus 9 times 2. That's 10 plus 2 is 12, so that matches with this one. And you see if you can figure out what that answer would be. Number 9 is 11 times 9. So we have this one left and this one. This says 9 times 10 plus 9 times 1. Well, 10 plus 1 is 11, so it matches here. And you write what you think the answer is for number 9. And number 10, we're going to check it to make sure we're right. 5 times 10 plus 5 times 1, 10 plus 1 is 11, so this does match to the last one. And again, you write what you think that answer will be. And here are your answers. 11 times 3 is 33. 12 times 5 is 60. 12 times 9 is 108. 11 times 9 is 99. And 11 times 5 is 55. Problem solving number 11. How many holes are in 12 pretzels like the one shown? Write a multiplication sentence to solve. Well, first we have to count the number of holes here, and there are 12 holes. So 12 times 12 equals unknown. Now, I know some of you remember this. We talked about this at school. This is one you just have to memorize, and it's sort of a fun one. So 12 times 12 equals 144 holes. Problem solving number 12. Today is Bethany's 8th birthday. How many months old is she? Write a multiplication sentence to solve. Well, today she's 8, so you're going to put 8 times, now how many months in a year? Right, 12. So 8 times 12 equals unknown. And see if you can figure out 8 times 12. 8 times 12 is 96 months old. Problem solving number 13. Math books are stacked in piles of 11 books. There are 6 piles. Are there enough books for 2 classes that have 35 students each? Explain. So first you have to find out how many math books you have. So you have 11 books times 6 piles. So 11 times 6 equals 66 books. Now you have 2 classes of 35 students. So add 35 plus 35. And when you do, you'll get 70. So no, there are not enough books because 66 is less than 70. This is your explain right here. You don't have to write a lot of words. Brain Builders, number 14, processes and practices. Use number sense. Marin forgot some of her 12 facts. She wants to find 6 times 12, but all she can remember is 5 times 12 is 60. How could she use the fact 5 times 12 equals 60 to find 6 times 12? Explain. So what could she add to 60 that would help her find the right answer? She would add 12 to 60, and therefore she would get 72, and 6 times 12 is 72. Brain Builders number 15, processes and practices. Use mental math. Double a known fact to find 12 times 11. Explain the method you used. Is there another way to double a known fact to find 12 times 11? Explain. We're going to look at their answer. You would decompose the 12 into 6 times 11 equals 66, and you would add 66 2 times to get 132. You cannot use another way to double a known fact because you cannot divide 11 evenly by 2. Brain Builders number 16. Building on the essential question. How can I use multiplication facts with smaller numbers to remember multiplication facts with 11 and 12? Give an example. Well, think about in the last few lessons what we have done to find a large number when we multiply by a large number. You can decompose 11 and 12 into smaller numbers. You can also double a known fact to help remember the 12s. So 12 times 8 equals 6 times 8 plus 6 times 8. And 6 times 8 equals 48 plus 48, which equals 96. My homework. Exercises numbers 1 and 2. Write an addition sentence and a multiplication sentence for each. 5 rows of 11 counters. So here you're going to write 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 plus 11 equals 5 times 11 equals 55. 3 rows of 12 counters. 12 plus 12 plus 12 equals unknown. 3 times 12 equals unknown. Now I'm going to show you another way to do this. We did this a little bit in class, and this is way easier than laying out counters or making an array. My suggestion is you learn these multiplication facts so you have them right at your fingertips. I would practice them every day through the summer, like 5 minutes a day. I'm going to show you how we can do 3 times 12. Here's 12 times 3. If you have it written 3 times 12, anytime you're going to do it on paper or on a board, always write it with the bigger number on the top. Makes it easier. So first we're going to multiply the ones. So you would say 3 times 2. And what does 3 times 2 equal? So 3 times 2 equals 6. Then you're going to go to the tens, and you're going to say 3 times 1. And what does 3 times 1 equal? 3 times 1 equals 3. So your answer to 3 times 12 equals 36. And here's what your answer page would look like. My homework, numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll start with number 3. 3 times 11. So when you have an 11, it's this digit written twice. So 3 times 11 equals 33. Number 4 says 8 times 12. I'm going to show you how to do it when you are writing it vertically. And if you want to do it on a piece of paper or on the paper you have or on a board with me, that would be great. So here we have 12 times 8, which is the same as 8 times 12. We're going to start with the ones. 8 times 2. Well, what's 8 times 2? 16. Since 16 is written like this, we put the 6 in the ones and we regroup the tens. Now we're going to multiply the tens, and we have 8 times 1. What's 8 times 1? 8, plus the 1 we regrouped. So 8 plus 1 is 9. So 12 times 8, or 8 times 12, is 96. Now we're going to do the next one, which is 5 times 12, or 12 times 5. Doesn't matter which way. We're going to start in the ones, and we're going to say 5 times 2 is 10. So we're going to put the 0 with the ones, and we're going to regroup the tens. Then we're going to say 5 times 1. What's 5 times 1? 5. We're going to add what we regrouped, so 60. So 5 times 12, or 12 times 5, is 60. Now we're on the last problem here, which is 7 times 11. It's this digit written twice, so 7 times 11 equals 77. And here you have the answers. My homework number 7, Brain Builders. Jan has 3 dozen eggs. Paul has 4 dozen eggs. How many eggs are there altogether? Hint, 1 dozen equals 12. Well, there are 2 ways you could do this. You could do Jan, 3 times 12, plus Paul's 4 times 12, and add those answers together. Or you could do 7 times 12, which for me, that would make that easier. So see if you can figure out on your paper, like I showed you on the last ones, of 7 times 12. Seven times 12 equals 84 eggs. My homework, Brain Builders, number 8. Keith and Karis are twins. Today is their 3rd birthday. How many months total have they been alive? Well, since Keith and Karis are twins, they're 2 people, and it's their 3rd birthday. So 2 times 3 equals 6. And since there are 12 months in a year, you would multiply 6 times 12. You can write it down and do it the way that we were doing it on the last problems. So you have 6 times 12, you will get 72 months. My homework, Brain Builders, number 9. A certain butterfly has 4 spots on one wing and 5 spots on the other. How many spots would 11 of these butterflies have? Well, how many spots do you have altogether? 4 plus 5. So you have 9 spots times 11. 9 times 11 equals 99 spots. My homework, Brain Builders number 10, processes and practices. Keep trying. Luke can run a mile in 7 minutes. Colleen can run a mile in 5 minutes. At this rate, how much longer would it take Luke to run 11 miles than it would take Colleen to run 11 miles? So let's start with Luke. He can run a mile in 7 minutes. So he's going to run 11 miles, so that's 7 times 11, or 77 minutes. Colleen runs a mile in 5 minutes. She's going to also run 11 miles, so 5 times 11 equals 55 minutes. Now you need to subtract to find out how much longer it would take Luke to run the 11 miles. It would take him 22 minutes because 77 minus 55 equals 22 minutes. My homework, Brain Builders number 11, test practice. Which number sentence does not belong with the other three? Well, let's look at A. A says 4 times 12 equals 48. B says 12 times 4 equals 48. Well, to me, this is the commutative property, so those two belong together. We have on C, 4 plus 12 equals 16. Well, here we had it equaling 48. Let's check D. 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 equals 48. Let's see if they're right. 10, 20, 30, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48. It looks to me like letter C does not belong. All right, this has been great. Now we have done all of the multiplication from 0 to 12, so you should be studying all of the facts from 0 to 12 when you study. It's been fun. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.